Welcome back to Studio 41, brought to you by the Hummingbird Stage and Taproom.
Welcome to Studio 41. We're here at the Hummingbird Stage and Taproom with the band One Horse Parade. That last song we heard was Between You and Me. We're going to meet the band right now, talk about the next song they're going to play for us, and let you get to know them a little bit. Hi, gentlemen. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Introduce yourselves for me. Tell me where you're from, and tell me what you like to do.
My name is Mark Griffith. I'm the bass player. I've been living here. I'm from Louisiana originally.
Right.
Been here since early 90s, so it's home now.
What got you to Macon from Louisiana?
That's a long, sordid story involving girlfriends and...
Oh, my. Okay. But you're here now.
I'm here now.
And you're in a band, and you're playing for us at the Hummingbird.
Yep.
Not a problem.
Nope.
I'm Wes Cook, and
Hi, Wes.
I play the drums.
Okay, and you're from Macon?
I'm from Macon.
And
I'm Jay Proctor. I
Hi,
play
Jay.
guitar.
Okay.
Originally from High Falls, now live in Macon.
gotcha. Tell me about the band One Horse Parade. Where'd you get the name?
Actually, it was many years ago. I was in Cancun around the holiday season, just before Thanksgiving. I was on a bus, and there was a guy on there with an acoustic guitar singing Christmas carols. And as he was singing Jingle Bells, he switched the lyric, "Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh," with "one horse parade" instead of "one horse open sleigh." And it stuck in my mind
Right?
for a while. And once we became a band, we're hashing around band names and whatnot, and I threw that out there, and it stuck. So we are One Horse Parade.
Sounds good to me. You started the band in 2010. You've been together as a group since 2010. Put your first EP out in 2012.
Right.
What song's on the E EP?
On that one, there's a song called Improve the Silence, Never Famous for My Charm. The title track's a song called In the Wilderness.
Right.
And Pleasantly Indifferent. And what else was on there? Duplicate Accidents? Yeah.
One thing I noticed, and one thing that's unique about One Horse Parade, I think, is you don't do vocals. Do you do vocals in any of your songs, or are they all instrumentals?
All instrumental. We've got some samples and stuff. We became instrumental by accident more than anything. You
Okay.
know, we've auditioned some people, even had somebody briefly. But we actually write lyrics, but we're just not really singers. So we didn't want to, inevitably, we didn't want to keep it from us putting out music or playing out. So just kind of turned into an instrumental.
Who does most of the writing for the band?
It's really become a very collaborative effort. I think, originally Mark and I have actually been making music together for like 20 years now. But I'll come up with an idea at home or whatever, and then we just kind of expand on that. But here within the last year or two, it's really all three of us kind of pitching in and writing the songs.
I would expect that writing songs instrumentally based rather than, around some lyrics would be perhaps more of a challenge, less of a challenge.
Well, initially, the songs kind of had lyrics,
Right.
but we didn't have anybody to sing them. As time has gone on, it's become a little easier to kind of manipulate the songs to make up for not having vocals, if
Right.
you will.
Which means we go back and add in other guitar melodies and different things that kind of sit in that spot where the vocals would sit,
Okay. In 2013, you were named Best Experimental Act.
Yes.
How'd that come about? Where was that?
We had gotten nominated the previous year for 11th Hour. We got nominated for like Best New Band and Best Album for the EP and Best Rock Band. And then the next year, that's one we got nominated for was Best Experimental, and we got lucky enough to win that night.
Okay. What do you do besides play music?
I'm operations manager at Guitar Center.
Okay.
I paint and hang wallpaper.
Really? You're a house painter?
I am.
I tried hanging wallpaper once upon a time. It didn't work out good. I should have probably called you.
My wife always asks me when I get home, "Where's your patience?" So that I'm taking down wallpaper.
Right. And Jay, what do you do?
I'm a mechanic, service manager.
Okay. When you sent the bio out, I think the first line on the bio that you sent, prior to the show, was you describe yourself as an indie rock band. What does that mean?
Well, we're definitely not mainstream sounding,
Okay.
Our sound's kind of based around big beats and a lot of layered guitars and effects and things like that. So
Do you do much of the looping? I think that's a popular term, or has been.
A little bit.
The layering. How do you accomplish that when you go laying down tracks for a song that you're ultimately going to do live and have to have it
Live
all
that
work at
proves to
one
be
time?
challenging.
Okay.
In the studio, you can just put as many guitars on there as you want.
Right.
So live, it's trying to figure out which parts work best where, and just try to make the sound as big as possible.
And to where you don't lose what you put on the recording, kind of deal.
Okay. And how do you get around that? How do you turn that from what works good into the studio to what might work good in a live performance?
A lot of pedals and a lot of repetition and practice.
Okay. What's coming up on the horizon for One Horse Parade? What are y'all planning to do?
Well, this past year we've been putting out a single a month.
Okay.
From like March through October, or through September, we put out one a month on the 23rd of every month. And
Is that just a goal, or is that just the way it's happened? You want to write a song?
with our schedules, with everybody having full-time gigs, Wes and I are both married and have 3 kids each. So it's kind of,
That's a full-time gig.
yeah, we do all of our own recording and stuff ourselves, so it gets to be where it's kind of hard to keep that balance between trying to keep our live skills together and trying to get recordings done. So
Okay.
the single deal became just an easier way for us to kind of still do both.
Okay.
So, and then we got a new single coming out the 23rd of this month.
Sounds good. Well, I'm looking forward to having y'all play some more for us today, probably get you in here another time or two to play at the Hummingbird on an evening. The next song up is going to be Long Drawn Out Excuse by One Horse Parade. I hope you'll stay tuned. Studio 41. We'll be right back after these messages.
You're watching Studio 41, brought to you by the Hummingbird Stage and Taproom.